bienvenidos a Deuces fucking Wild with Will the Thrill Clark. What's up, dude?
What's happening, Mr. Toronto Blue Jay with your Banana-Rama hat on?
Hey, look, man. You and I both know it ain't a show unless we pull out the 818 Tequila, proud sponsor of Deuces Wild.
We are sponsored by the Tequila to the Stars.
Hey, man, did you ever have, like, I don't know how old you were or whatever, but when I was 18, I went to, it was Cabo, I think, for my senior trip, and I met Jose Cuervo for the first time. Dude, I didn't touch tequila again until I was like 35.
Well, I can tell you one thing right now, and Big Mike can attest to this. You know, that's the one thing college does for you. College, you figure out what the hell you can drink and what you can't drink. And tequila, for me, sorry. I got little guys running around my brain doing all kinds of bad stuff, so I'm an anti-tequila guy.
It's the mezcal. It does something special to you. So, hey, man, we got the massive on the board right here. Westminster Dog Show. His name is Legend. It's Best in Show tonight. Are you a dog person?
I am a dog person. I like the big dogs, even though we got a little dog right now here at the house.
You see the set of balls on this guy, man. Holy shit.
Hey, he'll take one for the team.
I mean,
hey, while we're here, hey, Big Mike, I wore this shirt just for you because I know some days you have a little rough days than others. I wore this one just for you, Big Mike.
And just in case, Big Mike, you want to add a book with the shirt, go ahead and go to The Fuck It List, Life Lessons from a Human Crash Test Dummy, written by yours truly. On sale now at ericburns.com for $22.
Look at you go. I didn't even know you were a best-selling author.
You're damn right I am, man. I'm
best-selling
in my book.
Hey, you're a man of all kinds of genres.
Dude, so speaking of that, we had another, and I'm just gonna bring this up, just kind of like report because you don't sit in on these weekly calls. We had another fucking monster week, dude, on social media. So it's people are craving this content. Not only that, I was at a baseball tournament this weekend, and I literally had like people walking up to me going, "Yo, bro, what you and Will the Thrill are doing on No Filter Network is the greatest shit I've watched ever. It's the best sports commentary. It's the best commentary. It's real. It's raw." And I had multiple people come up and tell me that. So I just say, man, appreciate the good work, dude.
No, man, I think it's awesome. Hey, look, that's the one thing, why you and I got along so good from the get-go is just the fact that, you got two guys that speak the truth. We don't hold back, and we let them have it. And on that note, what do you make of the Phillies and Red Sox, the two players with the stare down over 2 minutes long, wound up getting reprimanded by MLB and probably gonna be fined and all that sort of stuff. What's up with that bullshit?
Okay, so I'll go first, but I don't want to. I'm not going to sway you in any direction. I'm sure you have your opinion. I don't even know what it is.
No, I'm gonna fire it up. Don't worry.
Okay, mine is very much. Who gives a fuck? They're playing around. It's national anthem. They're sitting out there. They're so far away from the field that you literally, as an umpire, would try to compromise the game by kicking these guys out. One of them was on the DL, so who gives a shit? There wasn't one fucking pitch thrown. Like, do we take ourselves that serious that we can't have any fucking fun to let these guys just do what they do? That's my overall thing with it. Now, I could see other perspectives, but personally, I don't give two fucks, and I don't know why MLB's that all butthurt about it.
I kind of was the same way. I was like, so what? It's two morons staring at one another, standing out on the field staring at one another. And on top of that, they friends. They used to be on the same team together.
Yeah.
So, they're out there screwing around. And, hey, we got a lot of other things that we got to worry about, like freaking time clock and bigger bases. And you can't touch the second baseman. You can't touch the catcher. Let the guys be the guys. Go out there and have some fun, Yeah, did they take it a little too long? Yeah, probably. You didn't have to stare at them for over 2 friggin' minutes, and they're getting warned and all that, and nobody moves. All that craziness. But anyway.
So the Savannah Bananas literally had one of those stare down contests, and after a national anthem, and the two guys stood there for the entire game, and they didn't move. It was one of the coolest things you've ever seen. I did a thing on social media, so if you want to go back and look at my Instagram account, I don't know, it's probably about 20 posts ago or something, but it was so funny. And then today, I did one about the stare down, and for whatever reason, it kept crashing my IG. But yeah, that's my take on it. There's certain elements.
Hey, look, I'm kind of with you. So
it's a long ass season, bro. It's a fucking long ass season. You know that.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, guys are gonna crack up and they're gonna play jokes on one another, all that sort of stuff. And like I said before, it goes back to all the automated crap that they're trying to do and all. You can't take the human element out of it. You gotta have fun, man. You gotta be. Hey, it's a bunch of grown men being freaking kids out there. Let them have fun.
So I got something for you, dude. I actually cut these videos too. I won't show you for the sake of whatever, but I'll just explain them to you. So last night, the Washington Nationals are playing at Oracle Park, and the Giants, or Joey Meneses, I think, was the first one to come up, and the second baseman was playing over second base. He hits a ground ball to basically to second base, and second baseman's not there, right? Because he's over second base, the base hit. Then the lefty comes up and he hits the ground ball to what would have been shortstop, or line drive to what would have been shortstop, but he's playing up the middle. So that's another base hit. And then this kind of punch and Judy righty comes up and fucking puts one right where you should stand if you're the right fielder, because you line up the bags. That's straight up. If he was playing straight up, it would have been a can of shit right to him. And he's not there to make the play. So the ball goes into the gap for a double. And I'm scratching my head thinking to myself, fuck, man, if they played where guys have been playing for 150 years, that would have been 3 straight outs, and it cost them the game.
You know what? It's kind of amazing. I mean, I was sitting there watching, the replay of it on the Giants website, watching D. Sclafani. I mean, yeah, he missed his location a few times, but like you said, they hit him kind of right where normally people play. And that's why, you and I talk about it. And I think that you ought to be able to trust your infielders. And if they see a guy's late, all right, play him the other way. If they see a guy's hooking some shit, they're out there early, all right, play him on the pull side. But don't be pulling all these massive shifts, because you just open up holes that freaking you can drive a Mack truck through. And you and I already talked about that.
Yeah, the other element of it is that back in the day, you would shift on the special hitters.
Yes.
The fucking dude. You would shift on Ken Griffey Jr.
Yes.
Right? You would pull a shift on a Jose Canseco. You would pull shifts on guys that had no other intent but buggy whipping a ball right down the motherfucking line. Yeah. And that was where their natural shit took them. And they were doing it with such power and such force that we have to change our defense for this one guy. You're not doing it on punch and Judy fucking hitters that are trying to slap the ball the other way.
Okay, so Totally agree. 1,000% agree. All right. But here's the thing. If you're going to shift somebody over, if you're going to move the right fielder, it has to be hey, everybody's on a chain type thing. Right fielder moves, center fielder comes over, left fielder moves. We're going to pitch him away, play him away. That kind of thing, right? Like
Yeah.
you talked about the little dude, his name was Call. All right. He catches a sinker, and it was trying to be a sinker away, and he left it middle. He inside outed it, but the right fielder's on the line, but the center fielder hadn't moved over. So, like you said, you can drive a Mack truck out there in the gap. He winds up getting a double and 2 RBIs. Big base hit right there.
Close the gaps.
Yep.
Close the fucking gap. I tell the kids all the time. Watch your center fielder. He moves, you move. Let's close gaps here.
Yep. So anyway, that right there is what we talk about, not only in the outfield, because that was your primary position, making sure you're looking at your outfielders. Hey, where's everybody playing? Hey, this guy's been late on the ball. Let's play him around. Everybody talks shit out there, right? So same thing goes on the infield. All right. So Robbie Thompson, second baseman, whatever you want to call it, goes double play depth. He takes a few steps towards the bag. I got to come off on first base and know that, hey, look, I got a big ass hole over here. I got to protect against this big old hole. So, or if I'm holding a runner on, Robbie's up the middle, double play depth. If I know that the pitcher's going to the plate and he's not picking at first base, I'm going to get off early and get an extra step out there to try to close the hole off. Same kind of thing.
Yeah. So the Giants end up calling up one of their dudes. I know you're a big fan of him. The kid was in Eugene last year. Yeah. Tell us about
him. Casey Schmidt. And you and I talked about him last year. Everybody in our chat room knows I'm a big Schmitty fan. I told you already, this guy's Gold Glove caliber third baseman right now. And what they're doing is they've been moving him around. They had him at shortstop. They actually played him a few games at second in AAA too, to get him to be kind of a utility guy. He was hitting .313, and David VR is really scuffling. He's hitting $145. He's got 30-something strikeouts in like 80 at-bats or something like that. So they sat his ass. He ain't played in 4 days. And they call up, Schmitty, and Schmitty's in the lineup tonight.
That's it. Pretty cool. A thrill. Right now we have there's a final group here. I mean, these are good-looking dogs, man. What's your favorite kind of dog?
I'm a Labrador guy. Labrador Retrievers.
You have one out at the ranch?
I've had them my whole life, and then when the kids came along, my wife said no more big dogs, so we got a little midget model now. And I already told everybody in the family, once this little midget's gone, I said, Daddy's picking out the next dog. We're gonna have a big dog.
I love it. The Doberman, the giant schnauzer. Look at this fucking thing, man.
Look at that thing. That looks like a freaking mop running around.
Yeah, that's animal cruelty, man. Let the fucking dog see, right?
Oh, that's a fur ball right there.
A big decision right here by the judge.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have entered into American Kennel Club 101. You are no longer watching Deuces Wild.
She's kind of hot for an older lady. Hey, man. Look at this.
Oh, my goodness.
The Schnauzer #1. I think the Schnauzer did it. The giant Schnauzer. I'm not even sure if it's a fucking Schnauzer, but it looks like one.
Hey, you know you're freaking losing it when you're starting to MC American Kennel Club off the TV. Look,
the Schnauzer knows it won too. Look, it's going ape shit.
Look at him.
Jumping around. I love it. Hey, Thrill, I told John Entz back in the day when he started working at Fox, because he brought me to MLB Network, and Fox started broadcasting the stuff on TV. I said, if I ever could get a job doing dog shows, I would quit my job at MLB Network. As hugs all around here. I love it, man.
You're a crazy man.
It's not going against the Frenchie now. They have the Frenchie won last night in the sporting group.
Look, everybody running around out there is all nice and dressed and all that sort of stuff. I can just picture you with your red sequin blazer and your red tennis shoes and all that sort of shit, doing the interview. But the only problem is at the Kennel Club, you can't drop F-bombs, dude. You can't drop them with all these highfalutin people.
Yeah, fuck that, man. That's why I'm out.
You're a mess, dude.
That's
You're
why,
a mess.
that's why you and I are gonna have to stay on No Filter. Plus, all the shit we're doing here, I'm not sure I can get another job anywhere anyway. Oh, dude, that's great.
Hey,
it's a working group,
hey,
and then
Tommy Aliotti. Hello there, my partner, and also Big Mike. Have you noticed Tommy Luke joined on here?
I haven't even opened the chat yet. We got a good crew here on the night.
We got a big crew. We got some new dudes showing up. Tommy Luke, he's one of my partners that show up at the ranch. He and his wife Karen are on tonight, so she's Saint Karen to put up with his shit. But they're some of the guys. As a matter of fact, Tommy and I went to high school together, so we've been friends for a long time. And then Tom Aliotti, who is up in the chat, he's one of my duck hunting buddies from the Bay Area, so he joined in too. So,
hey, Nora makes a really good point. Although I can't say fuck, I can say bitch.
Ooh, good call right there, Nora. Look at you, because that's totally etiquette in the dog world.
A bitch is a bitch.
Hey, that's the way it is. Look at you, Nora, coming through in the clutch.
All right, so what do you got of the Giants? Just overall, what you've seen lately this past week. They had a good series against the Brewers, and then you go ahead and shit on yourselves in the first game against the Nationals. I mean, fuck, man.
Yeah, no, and here's the thing. I mean, we talked about it too. It's just it's stringing along these wins. And so there are certain teams, and you knew it as a player. There are certain teams when they come in to play you, it's like, all right, we got to win three out of 4 or 2 out of 3 without a shadow of a doubt, and you can't drop game one. You want to jump up there and get game one. DeSclafani had a few little mechanical issues, and then he finally got it rectified in the middle of the game, but by that time he had given up 5. Tonight we got Logan Webb on the mound, and see if our ace can't have back-to-back wins for the first time this year.
What have you seen from Logan Webb? Because I actually, his metrics were like pretty good, but the overall numbers weren't great, is what I was reading on him, at least from a gambling perspective. We like to keep gambling at the forefront of everything we do here at No Filter. So he was
Speaking of gambling, we'll get to that later too.
He's saying that we're due for a regression. But like most people, they say he's due for regression, where he's outperforming what his numbers say. Logan Webb was the opposite. He was due for a progression based on the numbers.
All right, so here we go. So what I saw from Logan so far this year, he's been Logan Webb. He really hadn't changed much up. But like a perfect example would be the opening day game in New York. He was dealing 12 strikeouts. He made 2 mistakes, one to Judge and one to the other guy, and both of them left the yard, and he winds up getting an L. That seems like it's kind of the trend with Logan so far from the games that I've watched. It's like every mistake he makes, nobody misses it. And, so, maybe he'll get back on track. Like I said, he had a real solid game, last start. Maybe he'll tune it up a little bit for the Nats tonight. The one thing about the team that they're playing, they're super aggressive. And so a guy with a good sinker and a guy with a good changeup like Logan's got, he could make these guys look stupid tonight.
Is it true or not true that Logan Webb's grandmother has a crush on you?
Yes, I am I'm an honorary member of the Webb family, because not only one grandma, but the other grandma, both grandmas love them some Thrill, and I make sure that every time I see them, I buy them a drink.
So, dude, I remember last year at the retirement ceremony, and that's the other thing I want to bring up. This horse, dude. So there's a horse. I'll give people a quick background. There was a horse that was named Sweet Swing after you. And the woman they name all their horses like somehow like baseball related, bottom of the ninth, or turning 2 or whatever. But they named this one Sweet Swing after Will Clark, and she told the story, and it's the kart racing horse. And the horse actually, like, it used to be a pacer, but they realized how good this horse was, and now this horse is winning fucking races, man.
Yeah, no, and that lady, her name's Heather Vital. She made a big I don't know, TikTok or post about it or whatever. And also on top of that, she came to Richmond, and we did an autograph signing there to help out, the AA team and all that a few years ago. And she came there, and I actually met her in person, and that's part of the video that you saw. But it's pretty cool having kind of a horse named after you, and the horse is winning, so that's even better.
Well,
So, hey, we're gonna have to find out. Well, my buddy Tommy knows, but we have to find out when this horse is running again. And you're such a gambler, might have to put some money on the horse.
Of course, we're gonna put money on that horse. So there's also a picture there, though, Thrill, of when she was, I don't know, let's call her like 18 and you were 25. Like, you were young, but did you see the picture of, like, way back when? It was in the video, wasn't it?
I don't know. Yeah, I think it was way back when, but it was at these card shows that I used to do and all that, and it's like, hey, how you doing? Take a picture and all that.
Question for you: what's the most outrageous card show story you have? Because like back in the day, all the time, man, right?
So back in the day, you're talking about 87, 88, 89, right in there. That's when the card show industry was going crazy. And you had guys that used to, during the off season, they'd go and hit these circuits, and they'd go show to show to show. And back then, believe it or not, they were paying you in cash and stuff like that. And these guys weren't claiming it. And that's how, like Strawberry Gooden, Pete Rose, Canseco, that's how those guys got in some trouble with the IRS. Matter of fact, Pete Rose, that's how they found out he was gambling on baseball, was because they had some people turn him in. But we're in Detroit. We're doing this baseball card show. We had come from Cleveland. We're in Detroit now. We're doing this show, and I'm there. And sure enough, Canseco winds up showing up, and he's got this freaking entourage, right? And we do the baseball card show, all that sort of stuff. We leave the auditorium and get to the airport, and I'm flying home. I don't know where the hell he's going. And, I go through security. He comes through security, and one of his entourages comes through security, and woo, 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 everything goes crazy. And, I mean, out of nowhere, there's like 10 guns drawn on this guy. He forgot to take his gun out of his waistband and all that, walked through the freaking metal detector, and they got his ass. And so I asked Jose, I'm like, what are you going to do? He says, fuck him. He's going to jail.
Really? So
there's my baseball card story. Hey, while I'm thinking about this, we talked about, gambling and all that. Did you see the big deal at Iowa where, like, I don't know, like 26 student athletes got arrested for gambling, underage gambling, all that? And there's also like 15 more at Iowa State. So, like, all of a sudden, these and it all started with that head coach at Alabama, him gambling.
Baseball.
Now starting to break down on it. And man, this thing's going crazy now.
Tell me what happened with the baseball. Like, I still never understood that. I'm trying to figure out, like, what was he betting on? I don't get it.
He was betting on his own team. They were playing LSU.
Fuck.
They were playing LSU, and they were down here playing LSU, and they got swept. And there was some like kind of real shady coaching decision type things. And all of a sudden, the Ohio Gambling Association said, we are not taking bets on Alabama or LSU baseball games. And then all of a sudden, whammo, Alabama's coach gets, boop, see you later, he gone, and then now this week, all of a sudden, University of Iowa and Iowa State, both of them getting kids all locked up because they're gambling.
Well, hold on a second. Like, everyone needs to take a deep breath, slap themselves in the face, kick themselves in the balls, and realize that gambling is legal in the United States. And so I know it's not legal, quote unquote, in California on sports, but you go to certain states, whether it's New Jersey or Nevada and whatever else. First, legalize it everywhere. Legalize it for anybody that's 18 or above. Make the rules very specific. So, for example, if you play college football, you can't fucking bet on college football. You play Major League Baseball, you can't bet on Major League Baseball. Make that a fucking federal crime, like something really, really bad, right?
Right.
But I get that. Like, you cannot bet on baseball if you play on baseball. Here's the funny thing. You don't even fucking know. Dan Heron and I, for fun, used to look at the games up on the out-of-town scoreboard. And we picked the games and we picked the winners, who we thought were going to be the winners. And there'd be like 13 games up there, whatever it was. And we do this as soon as we got to the ballpark at 3 o'clock before the East Coast games have started. And at the end of the night, we'd be like, dude, I was, 7-6, or I was 8-5, whatever it was. Yeah. And we would actually gamble like $100 with each other to see who had the better record on the 13 games that night.
I got you.
On that note, I guess you could say we were doing it, but look, obviously, it's a messy situation. You don't want anybody gambling on fucking college, on any sport they play. That said, I don't care if they fucking gambling on basketball, on NFL. If they don't play the sport, I don't give a shit. I really don't. I know you guys think this is advice, but if you're giving somebody the authority to drink as much as this as you want or whatever else, and of course, there's a perfect plug for 818 Tequila.
818 Tequila.
Deuces Wild tonight. Before we give them the liberty to do that, they can fucking kill themselves. Then we're going to tell somebody how they can spend their money? Fuck that. That's bullshit.
Hey, look, I'm with you. But what they're calling underage gambling, because evidently in Iowa you have to be 21, and these kids weren't. Well, whatever. But hey, a side note, freaking Heather just jumped on the chat. She said, "Oh, you guys, yeah." She just jumped on. She said, "Oh my God, it's Heather, and I'm totally watching. Go sweetest swing." So, Heather.
Hey, Heather. Do me a favor. Heather, do me a favor. Hit the knock button and we'll let you in.
I don't know if she knows what that is.
There's a knock button. If you hit the knock button, we'll let you in and you can tell a story about Sweetest Swing.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
It really did. Super
she said
cool.
I don't have a camera on her desktop.
Well,
that's okay.
Whatever.
That's
all good. So, Thrill. Overall, tonight with the Giants against the Nationals are minus, because we are a gambling show first and foremost in tequila. They're minus 250. So I sent Joe my bet for tonight. And I like the Giants and I like the over. Those are my 2 plays for tonight. I think that the Giants should score a fuck ton of runs against Patrick Corbin. And I think that, obviously, I believe it. I believe in them tonight to be able to. This is a favorable matchup. I think they win this game. I think that, look, they lost the last game to the Brewers. They lost last night. This is like, nah, man, we're showing up the ballpark ready to go. This is win day.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of with you. I don't know what's the over and under.
8.5.
All right, so I'm looking at Corbin right now. He's got 38 innings pitched. He's got 27 strikeouts. He doesn't walk anybody. He's only got 9 base on balls, but he's given up 48 hits. So he's been laying it off in there. So, this might, like you said, this might be a good day for the old Gigantes to get happy with the stick. We talk about it before. When you get a guy who's off a little bit, that's when you make a freaking running mad dash to the bat rack. Give me my bat. Here we go, boys. Let's get up here and take some whacks.
How about Mitch Haniger's defense? Have you seen him laying out and making plays?
Hey, he made a freaking diving effort out there in left field. He half on the grass and half on the warning track, and laid out there, made a hell of a catch, and got D. Sclafani a little bit later in the game. And it saved, I think it saved 2 runs too. So Haniger, tip of the cap to you. Nice job.
He's a baller, man. He really is. Hey, question for you. As we're taking a look at Oracle Park, you see a little bit of the shadows there. I mean, I played there. I never thought it was that bad. Where was the worst place that you ever played with shadows as far as seeing the baseball?
Oh, without a doubt, Wrigley. Without a shadow of a doubt. Wrigley Field. Sometimes
you guys used to play all day games there, right?
Yeah, we played all day games before they had lights. And so, some days, when it got late in the game, I mean, the pitcher was in the sun and you in the shade, and then you're having to pick up the ball and it's changing out of the shadows and stuff, and then you got Lee Smith throwing 1,000 miles an hour late in the game. So it was definitely Wrigley Field without a shadow of doubt.
So back in the day, if a left-hander starter pitched in Sacramento for the first 2 innings, you could not see the baseball.
Really?
The batter's eye was too thin. So the way the field was positioned, he was coming out of a non-batter's eye. And then he was coming back into the batter's eye. It was the most difficult place that I've ever hit when it comes to trying to deal with shadows. But I don't think people realize how hard it actually is and how much of a difference maker it is. That's why every single day when it comes to over-unders, I'll look for those random start times. A lot of times those like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock start times, those are not good for offenses.
Yeah, no, it's tough. And then that's why, I think it's kind of freaking screwy, but you start all those playoff games at 4 and 5 o'clock when you got guys that have shadows all over the place. So anyway, hey, there's Tara. She got on here. What's for smell-o-vision tonight? The crowd wants to know, Tara.
Well, she says you need to open a t-shirt shop, dude.
Yeah, no, I keep coming up with these, man. I mean, I'm starting every time I pop in somewhere, I'm looking for a new shirt that's freaking awesome.
Have you seen this? You can kind of see it a little bit. I'll turn this. This is my favorite MLB jersey of all time. This might be number 2.
You're awesome. You're awesome.
You know what's great about this one? It's actually majestic. So they used to be majestic. Like these are all. Well, this is majestic too, Cooperstown collection. But
yeah, I mean, put it this way: Majestic did a real good job of doing all the retro type of jerseys, and the sun setting right there on the Astros thing that was always funny to see. So
there's a team.
We got a little carnita enchiladas. Look at you go.
Yeah, we had tacos last night. Carnitas enchiladas tonight.
Hey, Tara, just letting you know, freaking Cinco de Mayo was last week, all right? And I even had some Dos Equis lagers and a little enchilada, quesadillas, and salsa and all that.
So tomorrow, Thrill, I'm taking off with Colton, and we're going to Texas. And he's one of 24 kids that have been invited to the final tryout for the USA baseball team.
Oh, nice, man. That's awesome.
For 12U. And we're going out to Rockerby Ranch for a couple days beforehand, and then he's got the tryout Saturday, Sunday, Monday. There's actually, you ready for this number? This is fucking insane. 7 let them play kids going to the tryout out of 24 kids.
Oh, geez. Look at you guys. Look at you guys. That's a big clap for the coaches and teaching the guys the right way to play a game. Nice job. Nice job.
It's Troy Gloss. It is fucking Ryan Griffin. It is Jason Green. It is Eric Andrews. It is Chris. It is Ryan. It is dude, I'm telling you, it's a testament to the work that the kids have put in, but it's a testament to Tara. It's a testament to Ann Gloss, the people that have helped put this whole thing together. I it's almost It's like it moves me a little bit sometimes when I think about it, because regardless of, look, at least one of them's going to make the team because they're sending 6 kids home and that's it. So we have the odds in our favor. But with that, I mean, dude, that's teaching the game the right way. It's when they've gotten in front of USA Baseball personnel, they're like, oh shit, these kids know how to play, and that's important.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. And look, the big thing, it's kind of like, it's kind of like the tryouts we had for the Olympic team. Tell him to go out there, freaking relax, take a deep breath, and bust his ass just like he's been busting it, since he's been coming up, and let it play, guys. So
yeah. What was that like, dude? That experience with wearing the
dude, man, when you run out there on the field and you got USA on your chest and everybody's sitting in the stands and they're going USA, USA. I mean, it gives it a whole new realm as to playing baseball and having the hair on the back of your neck standing up.
I think one of the greatest highlights I've ever seen of you, was at Dodger Stadium.
Oh, yeah, we had a pretty good game against the Dominican. Had a pretty good game against Italy. So we had some pretty good little hacks out there.
And you were younger on that team, right?
Yeah, no, I was a sophomore. We had 5 sophomores on that team. It was myself, BJ Surhoff, Chris Gwynn, Barry Larkin, and Bobby Witt. We were the 5 sophomores, and we wound up coming back around for the draft the next year. And all of those guys, that had been drafted already, McGuire and Bob Caffrey and Oda B. McDowell, all of those guys, they not only had already signed contracts, but then they were doing they were getting paid to do stuff while we were on the road.
Dude, there was something having to do that I wanted. Fuck, I don't know. My mind just went blank again when I saw Schmidt out on the field for the first time. But let's go back to your big league debut. I know we've gone over it 1,000 times. I have the Astrodome sitting right here, but you got Schmidt making his big league debut tonight.
Yeah, no, I'm loving life right now. Yeah.
What were the nerves for you?
You know what? The nerves, I mean, yeah, you had the normal butterflies and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, I was just really, really looking forward to getting it going, And, like I told you, the first pitch he threw me was a curveball. And I kind of buckled just a little bit. There you go again. Kind of buckled just a little bit. But, I saw it real good. And then that kind of let me settle in, got my legs up onto me, got all the butterflies out the way. Next pitch was a fastball up and away. He missed with it. And I was like, well, I've seen his 2 pitches now. And third pitch was the fastball. And thank God I didn't miss it. And on top of that, I'm gonna have to send you a video of it. I got it around here somewhere. But I mean, when I hit it, when you hit that, baseball and you catch it and it makes that whack sound, this was the most god awful whack sound you ever heard. I mean, it reverberated throughout the whole Astrodome. And I mean, when I watch that video from time to time, I mean, it's like, ooh, that was a good one right there.
Did you think it was gone when you hit it?
You know what? I know I caught it good, but I didn't know it was going out of center field in the Astrodome. I was kind of watching the center fielder, and when he got back to the fence, was looking up, I was like, oh man, I got him.
So big question for you, Thrill. This is one of the things I wanted to get to. Randy Arozarena, young stud for the Tampa Bay Rays, hits a homer the other night. And he always plays with flair. This is his signature move. He made a catch for, I believe it was Mexico. He was playing for, even though he's Cuban. He defected to Mexico, so he's playing for Cuba, playing for Mexico in the WBC. He robbed a homer and then pulled this. And so he hits a homer against the Yankees the other night. And then he comes up and he hits third base and he pulls his pose. And I don't think it was directed at the Yankees dugout, but he was facing the Yankees fucking dugout. So the next 2 times that he comes to the plate, he got drilled.
Here, wear this, Jack. You want to pose? Here, pose with this bruise on your side.
Aaron Boone don't give a fuck, man. He really doesn't.
Aaron's old school. I like Aaron.
He is old school. And he's going to say, hey, man, you pose in front of our dugout. I know he gets it where he's like, look, our guys are going to do some shit. It's the new age. I get it. But don't you dare fucking pose in front of our dugout. And I guarantee you, Aaron Boone said he does not come to the plate one more time tonight. No. And you guys do not like, you hit him every fucking time.
Yep. So let me ask you this. Did he pose at first base or third base?
Third base in front of the Yankees dugout.
So here's the thing. I mean, he didn't even score or anything like that. He's on third base. You know, what are you giving it the freaking pose for? You're on third base. You ought to just be over there.
No. He hit the homer, but then stopped completely at third base.
Okay.
Looked in the Yankees dugout and did this.
Oh, I get it.
So,
and then he continued his trot.
Then he continued his trot.
All right. Okay. So I'm just watching. I'm watching Logan behind you right there. He's throwing 3 sinkers to this guy right here. All of the sinkers have been up and they're moving side to side. He needs to get on top of the ball a little bit more and get the sinker to bite down, because when he starts living up in the zone, he starts living flat like that. That's when he's going to get hit. So let's see if he can get this one down.
10th pitch of the at bat.
See, that was much better. That was at least down, even though he missed it.
It says changeup at 88. Why would you throw him a changeup?
Yeah, no. Why is he throwing a 3-2 change anyway? So, Tommy Aliotti came on there, and we wanted to talk about this too. I know we sort of skipped it, but Vita Blue passed this week, and MVP, Cy Young winner, absolutely part of the 3 Oakland A's, World's Championships there in the 70s. And, not only that, he was also a teammate, because he and I played together in 86. He was I guess you want to call it my locker roomie, because he and I lockered right next to one another in Candlestick. Ooh, that one got in on him.
That almost hit his
right
hand.
Next to one another in Candlestick. And you guys in the chat room know and all that sort of stuff. Remember I had the recording on my phone at home that said, the thrill is gone. The thrill is gone. Leave a message with BB King. And Vita was the one that gave me that tape to put on my answer machine.
Thrill, I never really spent a lot of time around Vita Blue, but I had the opportunity one night in San Francisco at the Comcast/NBC Sports Studios to hang with him. And what a fucking dude, man. I really enjoyed him.
He was a dude. And just to let you guys know, I don't know if it's come out in the the news out there and all that, but he learned not that long ago that he was kind of eat up with cancer, and it got him quick. So that's kind of what got him. But a good Vita Blue story was he comes up to me, and he always called me homie, because he was from Louisiana too. He's actually from North Louisiana, and so he always called me homie. He comes up and he's getting ready to pitch, right? And he goes, homie. He goes, and he didn't even ask. He said, give me your pine tar rag. And I go, okay. And I handed him my pine tar rag, and he took it, and he went on his pitching leg, and he just went, and he freaking, I couldn't even tell you how much pine tar he put on the leg of his pants. I mean, he had maybe that much of the leg of his pants was completely black with pine tar. And he gives me my pine tar rag back, and he goes, I'm not gonna lose grip on this bastard today, homie. And he turned around and walked off. There's my Vita Blue story.
Double sky point to a legend.
Hell yeah. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. He was one of the good ones. You could tell, it's funny how you could tell in such a short period of time, but it was, we immediately went in and we were talking about whatever is relevant. Like, I don't know if the Giants were losing or winning or the A's were losing or winning, whatever. But then we started to go back and forth. And it was about one of the most comfortable conversations, that I had. He did a terrific job on TV. Him and I think it was Bill Lasky were going in there all the time.
Yeah.
And they were doing the Giants post game.
Yeah.
They were killing it, man.
Yeah. And then Vita was getting with Rich Murray, who's Eddie Murray's brother, played for the Giants. And then also Mike Felder, one of my teammates. And they would do the mini camps or clinics or whatever you want to call it during the week at the ballpark. And so Vita was always around the ballpark. I saw Vita at least once a homestand.
Vita, he had been damn near 40 years old when you played with him, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, matter of fact, believe it or not, I didn't even know this until it came out. He passed. He was 73. I go, damn, he was 14 years older than me. I thought he was in his 60s. I didn't know he was that old. So, yeah.
So here we have the Giants leading off.
Uh-oh, there she is, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes!
Look at you.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Perfect.
Gotcha.
Good. I don't know whose background is busy or mine or Eric's. Look at, I'm like, I fit in perfectly.
Kindred spirits. I knew when I watched this video of you today. I'm like, this is he's one of us.
No tequila.
Why not?
Because same with like Will, little people run in my head. It is bad news.
All kinds of bad decisions, Heather.
Heather, do me a favor and first just tell me the story. And I watched the video today, but tell the story about you being a Giants fan and where'd you grow up, and then how did you get to eventually get into the ponies and naming the one after Thrill?
So I got into baseball pretty much through my aunt. Huge Giants fan, lived in San Francisco, front row, right there on actually third baseline. And, I would just fly out to San Francisco and we'd go to baseball games every time I was out there. So, of course, like everybody else, I became a huge Will Clark fan. And I don't know. It's like, how can you not love Will the Thrill? So then, of course, now I live on the East Coast and I always have. I would just go back and forth to San Francisco. When I graduated college, I didn't even go to commencement. I wanted to go to a Giants game. So I went to a Giants game instead. I live in Delaware now and I'm a third generation horse girl and we have harness horses and I live on a big horse farm. So my mom has a broodmare and we named all of our horses with baseball themed names. So we have like cleanup hitter, baby that was just born, I named Immaculate Inning, and of course Sweetest Swing I also named. So she wouldn't let me name him Will Clark. She says it's bad luck. No actual people names. So I said, how about Sweetest Swing?
Hey, I tell you what, one of the guys who's in here, he was one of the guys that sent me, your little post and all that. And he was like, I got all kinds of names for her. I got to hook up with her. I'm like, oh, okay, you're right.
Eric actually said earlier, bottom of the ninth. I love that.
Yeah.
It's funny because I just started making shit up, but I used to own race horses myself. So I guess I just got back into the flow of things. But it's an incredible story. How did your family, like the kart racing thing, where's that come from?
My grandfather got out of like the insurance business, took his savings. It was like $540. It's back in the 50s. And my grandmother bought a horse and the rest is history.
I have two daughters that are obsessed with horses. Obsessed. They ride English, they ride Western. They're totally into it. We have one horse that we own. And we have another one that my wife's trying to convince me to purchase. And they're great. They're great animals. They really are.
Yeah, and girls will pick their horses over boys all day long. So that's good stuff.
and that's the truth, right? Like
Hey,
that's
there's
Yeah.
so many. There's you pick some baseballisms. There's so many of them out there. Ooh, there's a RBI single.
no.
Oh,
That's
it's gonna be a 2-run. It's gonna
be
be a 2-run. Estrada's on his horse.
fuck yeah,
There you go.
man.
Good job. Good
Right
job.
away.
That's what we're talking about. That's
So,
your boy,
Heather-
that's your boy Hanniger right there. He came through in the clutch.
I told you about Henniger. Dude. I'm a huge fan of his, bro.
Yeah.
If he's healthy, the only issue with Henniger is when he's not healthy. He's kind of like a racehorse, right, Heather?
Oh yeah, but we were talking about being baseball themed and stuff like that.
Oh,
There's
there we go.
so many awesome names you can have, like bases drunk, or stuff like that are all baseball related sayings. That's so cool.
Yeah. So, Heather, you went to the retirement ceremony last year.
Hey, I live in the country and you're breaking up on me, so I'm trying to move around my house. That's what happens when you live in the middle of nowhere, Delaware.
If you find a spot, yeah, just settle it in and see if we can get. But I was just saying that I saw the thing. You went to the retirement ceremony last year in San Francisco.
Yes, yeah, I went to the retirement ceremony last year.
Yeah.
And when I went to the airport, I might actually have to go outside. I can't believe this is happening. When I went to the airport, I just figured that everybody was going, there to Will Clark's retirement for his number, because why wouldn't they be? When I got to San Francisco, it was amazing.
Amazing, dude.
I think I lost you guys. What?
No,
You're fine. You're fine. You're good.
we still have you. That was that was a magical day, dude.
Yeah. But hey, I told you. I mean, all you got to do is lay something out there, and then our chat room fires up. They're sending you names already. They're going bases loaded, ducks on the pond, Triple Crown. So they're giving you all kinds of advice now. So not only is it your horse, Heather, but it's going to be probably everybody else in the chat room.
Yeah, I hope so. He actually races on the 15th. So he's finished second and third the past 2 times, and then he races again on the 15th.
Oh, good.
How do we bet on this horse?
Well, he's racing at Harrington Raceway in Delaware. So I think you can actually go to harringtonraceway.com, and I think you have to have some kind of login to bet. So anyway, but if you go to harringtonraceway.com, you can actually watch the races live there too.
I got it in my notes.
There you go. It's Harrington, and then oh hell, Davis just smashed one. The kid made a diving play on him.
I told you Corbin was gonna get lit, man.
Yeah, he hung a 3-2 slider right there. But you can go on there and on the 15th and put some moolah on the sweet swinger there.
What a catch!
Yep. Nice play.
All right. So how much baseball now do you follow, Heather?
You're killing me. Give me that question again.
How much baseball do you follow now?
Wait, how many people what?
So how much baseball?
He said how much baseball do you follow now?
How much baseball do I follow now?
How much baseball? Baseball.
How much baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I think I know what you asked me. So my deal is that I follow a lot of baseball. I go to a lot of games. I go to a lot of Baltimore Orioles games, and I go to a lot of Phillies games, and I go to a lot of minor league games. Like we have the Shorebirds here, which is a single A affiliate for the Orioles. And I go to a lot of games there.
Everybody in the audience there.
Say it again.
I said that's Delmarva Shorebirds for all the people in the audience.
Yeah. Delmarva.
Yes, it is.
Yep, that's the Orioles single A team. Well,
So another just missed homer.
yeah, we got 2 runs out the deal. We could have had 3. Davis hit the shit out of one.
I mean, we could have had a half a dozen. It looked like by the way the guys were swinging the bat.
Yeah, no, they came out ready to rock, and then they threw one away on Slater, so they gave us a little opening, and we kicked the door open right there.
Heather, do you know that I actually played with the Orioles in 2005?
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Yeah,
That's my hat.
we both did.
Well,
One-
I know that Will did. I always associate Eric with the A's.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Eric played for the A's, Orioles, Diamondbacks. Who else, Eric?
Rockies and Mariners.
There you
But
go.
basically, it was 5 years with the A's, 4 years with the Diamondbacks, and then 2 weeks with the Rockies. And they loved me so much, they traded me to Baltimore. And then I was with the Orioles for 2 months, and they loved me so much, they released me. So then I was with Arizona for 4 years, and then ended up in Seattle for a month, and then packed my shit up and went home.
Ah,
you know, one of my favorite Will stories, he wasn't even there. You know, when I was in college, I had that full-size standee of Will, and he would he was in my dorm. So whenever I had any kind of college party, Will was always at my college party. And they would everybody would be like, get Will up to the table. He's playing like beer pong. Get Will up to the table. We're doing shots with Will tonight. He was the life of the party.
Where did you get that cardboard cutout?
They sold them at the mall, like in New Jersey. I went to college and they were everywhere.
So that was a big deal out in the Bay Area where it was a Coke promotion for Safeway, and they had them kind of all over the place. And I know some of the guys, my buddies out there, they'd just walk in and they'd just turn around, walk back out, and steal one. So that's how they got them. I had them send me one, and then what I did was, believe it or not, you're gonna laugh, but I cut out a piece of plywood to exactly, and then I glued the thing on there, and it's in my garage. So next week we're gonna be out in the garage. We're gonna take a few swings, and I'll break out Will of Thrill for you.
I can't wait. So Heather, is this the first time you've watched Deuces Wild?
Yes.
Are you enjoying it, or is it too much for you?
Oh, no, nothing is too much for me. I mean, I'm a little bit over the top and too much for most people. So this is right at my level.
Oh, I love it. So anyhow, anything else you got for Thrill tonight? And we'll let you go on your way. I know you're struggling with the reception and everything, but it's awesome to have you on.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. And thanks for being patient with me, you know, living kind of in the middle of nowhere, you know, but I don't really have anything else for Will. I am going to get one of those winner circle pictures signed by him. So very soon, I hope. So I'm excited about that. Yeah.
So we did a signing. I think I told you, Eric. We did a signing in Richmond, and Heather showed up. And the reason that it like stands out like a sore thumb is because you never get this, but she asked me to sign a picture of one of her horses, and so I'm like, as soon as you know, on that little dealing mabob, you know, I'm signing, you know, and I remember a lady asking me to sign her horse picture, and there she is.
I wish he would stop calling me a lady. I mean,
I'm a gentleman, Southern gentleman.
you don't know me very well yet. Don't make assumptions.
So Heather, before we let you go, redraw the connection here. So you grew up on the East Coast?
Yes. I grew up on the East Coast. My aunt lived in San Francisco. She had front row third
Okay.
baseline, and I'm pretty sure made out with one of the ball boys at one point. You know, so good times. I got Candlestick Park. Absolutely, just had so many great memories there.
You want a really fucked up story before we let you go?
Oh,
Well,
do I? That's
Oh
a
God, here we
hypothetical
go,
question.
ladies and gentlemen.
So I was playing for the A's. Like let's call it my Q rating was at an all-time high. I had the blonde locks, it was flowing, and everything was good. A's were winning, we're going to the playoffs every year. And we had a bat boy that looked a lot like me. Same sort of thing, the long blonde, the locks flowing out of his hair, whatever else. And so he was driving home one night on the 880, and there was a car full of girls that pulled up. And they pulled up like right next to him. And they all start going nuts. And they're like, Eric Burns. And he rolled down his window. He's like, hey, what's up? What's up? And they're like, pull over. So he pulled over. And the girls get out. And it's like, hey, what's up? Like, great game tonight. He was like, thanks, appreciate it, whatever. And so the one girl's like, look, like, you love my life and on. And he's like, well, let's go in the back seat. Dude, we took this chick in the back seat. I cannot provide the details of what happened after that. But then the girl got back into her car, drove off, no numbers exchanged, no nothing, thinking that was me in the back fucking seat of the car. He comes to the ballpark the next day and like, dude, you'll never forgive me, but I have to tell you this story.
Oh God.
Oh my.
Pretty fucked up, Mom. I told you.
Yeah, I guess so. But you know what? That's sort of a compliment. I've never had another woman come up to me and say, by the way, I had sex with this dude and I told them that I was Heather Vitale. When a woman tells me that, I'm going to take that as like the ultimate compliment.
You're right. You're right. You know what? I did. And I was proud of him. And he did he earned it. I mean, he's a good looking guy, better looking than I am. But it was still the only thing I was a little bit nervous about. I don't know if nervous is the right word, but I'm like, dude, what if this chick all of a sudden just, shows up after a game one day? And I was just, I don't know. Anyhow, it was quite the comical experience. Heather, where did you go to college?
Monmouth University in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where exactly in New Jersey is Monmouth?
It's in like central Jersey by Long Branch area, sort of near. They called it Princeton by the shore, and that's not because it was for smart people. It was because it was very expensive. It was a good time. Good time. I think I learned a few things. I graduated. So that was the important thing.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Good job, Heather.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Hey.
You're welcome. Yeah. Thank you for having me on.
EB@nofilter.net. EB@nofilter.net. Hit me up with an email. Let me know. Keep me updated on the ponies. And we'll do something fun when Sweet Swing ends up racing again.
I will. I definitely will have to do something. I'll let you know. He's racing, like I said, on the 15th. So anyway, I'll let you know.
That's a Monday for you sports fans.
So you know what we'll do? This is what we're going to do. We're going to have a no filter watch party of the horse race.
God.
So we'll be able to stream it, and we'll share the screen and we'll stream it on here on No Filter.
Okay.
That sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll email you. I got to make sure I'm going to be at the track that night.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Heather, thanks for joining us. One last thing that we like to leave everybody here with a no filter. It's sort of a tradition. So
you are gonna be part of this tradition. So here you go.
See ya!
See ya!
Hey, so
He's a sweetheart, man.
while you were bullshitting with Heather, the Nats had first and third, nobody out, and Logan Webb punched out 3 in a row.
No fuck.
So he's got his sinker going back on again.
So
Here comes
there you go.
Schmitty, my man Schmitty. First at bat in the major leagues, ladies and gentlemen. For Casey Schmidt, look at his dad. His dad's like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Real special moment. There it is, base. Oh! He hit it hard though.
Yeah, he hit a rocket. That was good. Good swing.
Who's the dude in the suit?
I don't know. Probably a guy wanted to be on TV. So Schmidt comes from San Diego State. He was also their closer in college, and he threw 93, 94 in college. So he's kind of all over the place as far as like got good velocity. Joey Bart, that was a good swing, man. He just flat out just missed that one. That was one that you want back right there.
They're taking great swings off of Corbin.
Yeah. Well, and he's leaving the ball out over the plate for him, too. And then here comes Brett Wisely. I don't know anything about this guy, but I do know he hit his first major league homer the other day, went out of dead center.
See, a lot of these young guys, Thrill, come up.
Yeah. Yeah, but, I mean, even like right there, I mean, you know, ball was out over the plate to Schmidt, ball out over the plate to Bart, and then that was just a freaking nothing hanging slider right down the middle.
Dude, it's just you're not going to get by with that these days, right? Like you have to be a magician if you're throwing under 95.
Yeah. That's the second throw that shortstop's made bad over there. The first one he bounced to the first baseman, picked it. That one right there is a routine ground ball, and he 54-footed it.
So I'm looking at his numbers here. Casey Schmidt, by the way. He got it. He bobbled it for a second. I think you got to give him a hit, though.
All right, so watch. And they're not going to show it. But see how the first baseman falls down? All right, so that's what we were talking about before. It's like you always take your front foot and you stretch to wherever the ball is. And so he stretched out towards you, and the ball was over here, and he tries to catch it, boom, falls over. That right there is what is known as not a good first baseman.
Looking at Schmidt's numbers, let's give me a base hit. Austin Slater. Abrams is busy out there at shortstop, huh?
Yeah, he's all over the place. He made a good catch, and then he's chunked 2 in the dirt over there at the first. So, one thing I wanted to tell you too is you got Schmitty. He got called up. He was hitting 313 down in Sacramento.
Yeah, I see that.
And I was actually looking forward to seeing this guy, but a guy from, and here's another one you guys need to keep eye on. His name's Tyler Fitzgerald. He's a draft pick out of University of Louisville. He was the first ever 2020 guy in Richmond Flying Squirrels history last year. He got off to a good start. He was the Eastern League Player of the Month for April, and he got bumped up to AAA. So Tyler Fitzgerald is now playing in AAA Sacramento, and he might be the next one that they're going to give a look at getting to the major leagues. Another thing too, we didn't even talk about this. So in order to get Schmitty up there, they DFA'd Darren Ruff.
Yeah.
So they just got Darren Ruff back. They DFA'd him now. And then they had Bryce Johnson, who was on the DL. They took him off the DL and optioned him to Sacramento as well. So we're down a player right now as far as the Giants go.
Did you see Tyro's Strada's home run the other night against the Brewers? It was on.
Yeah, he crunched out. He had a few of them in a row, and they were both on hanging breaking balls right down the middle.
So on one of those breaking balls, I posted this earlier. There was a kid in the stands that jumped and made this ridiculous fucking diving catch. So I got a message on Instagram today from a guy that basically said, hey, check out this catch from this fan. His name is Ronnie Kardashian. He's the cousin of the Kardashian family. And he's a baseball player in high school, a freshman baseball player at San Luis Obispo. And this kid made a fucking ridiculous catch, man.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. San Luis Obispo, that's well, not in high school, but like Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo, that's where Mike Kruko went to school.
That's right. How's Kruko doing? He's on the broadcast tonight.
You know what? I'm gonna, when I go out there to San Fran end of the month, I'm gonna go up and see him and Uncle Dwayne and see how they're doing. I tell you what, when you see, teams like the Nationals and they're not playing well, you can kind of see why. We talk about, Corbin is out over the plate, but then the catcher just gave it a half-assed job, on the ball down in the dirt, and it got away, and now we got second and third instead of first and second. So, these are the kind of things. These are the kind of things that come back to bite, bad teams. Made another low throw over there.
He did. They should have made that fucking play. I mean,
I
hate. They had some opportunities there. Thrill 7:21 Pacific time, 9:21 your time. We'll load it up. Santa Claus has been patiently waiting in the green room. That beard's not getting any shorter.
Look at him with the retirement jersey hat on. Go ahead on, Big Mikey.
What's up? What's up, fellas? Good to see you guys.
Hey, Luke man.
Luker.
What's up, you guys?
Hey, Burnsy, you guys got snow out there right now?
Yeah, I'd say probably. I mean, I'm looking outside. It's a lot of it's melted, but I'm literally looking at like a pile of at least 10 feet still.
I tell you what, Mike sent me the other day. They cooked out for the Nevada baseball team, and it looked pretty cool, didn't it, Mike? I mean, y'all, it was a little cool, but y'all didn't have any bad weather. And then all of a sudden, he sends me a picture the next day, and it's 3 feet of snow. I'm like, look at this shit.
It snowed on us when we were breaking down the barbecue. It was about 10 o'clock, and, it was windy. It was cold, and then it started fucking snowing. I'm like, are you shitting me right now? Come on.
Yeah, no, I did that, and then, you sent the picture, and then the first thing I did was I went on my phone. I looked at my phone. It was 85 degrees here with 90% humidity. I'm like, well, I could use some of that snow down here about right now.
It will.
Stephen Luker. Hey, Burnsy, before you got on here, Stephen Luker was talking about going out the other day and having a few pictures of cold Coors Light. Look at him. He's got evidence right now.
Nice, Luke.
I was at Big Sports Bar in Fullerton. I was over in Fullerton for the weekend for a softball playoff regional, and their softball team won both their games, and they're facing Cerritos now in the Supers.
Yeah. Hey, Rodolfo, I don't know anything about Matt Williams. I think I'm going to find that out too as well, because Kruko and he keep really good tabs on one another, so I'll find out. I'll let y'all know on that one too.
He was coaching, wasn't he, for the Padres or A's? He was with Bob Melvin.
Yeah.
What's going on? I haven't heard anything.
He had surgery for cancer.
Oh,
he's got
shit.
Cancer treatment. I don't know.
Well, dude, you know what? it makes us appreciate each day we have and each Deuces Wild episode we get to do, Thrill, because
Yeah.
you never know.
And
Man.
Linda and Ryan just came on and they said colon cancer. So
Fuck.
we'll check up with him, see how he's doing.
Make sure you get your, what do you call the
prostate exam, Jack?
Prostate exam, colonoscopies.
Colonoscopy.
Yeah.
And hey, when you have one of those, you don't want Dr. Big Hands.
No, you want to make sure you got guys
away from
that
Dr.
don't
Big Hands.
have the big fingers. You want little short fingers, and not little short fat fingers either.
No. Slim fingers, small hands.
Oh, here we go. We have a 92 Pinnacle with Thrill on it, 92 Ultra, 92 Upper Deck, or 92 Stadium Club. Which do you want to see out of?
Oh, geez. That's
Upper
your call,
Deck.
Bernsey.
Upper Deck.
Whatever you want, Luker, bring it.
Let's do 92 Pinnacle with Thrill on it.
Oh, look at that. Go ahead on with your bad self.
Here we go. There's 16 cards in this pack.
So you guys want to hear something fucked up?
Yes.
Yeah.
But Biscuit Biscuit didn't buy shit. I bought a $150 box of baseball cards, 2022, like Topps special editions with all these great rookies in it. And it got stolen out of my van on Saturday night.
Are you shitting me?
Really?
Shit.
Hey, Byrnes.
Baseball cards for?
Psychos.
Yeah, dude, it's bad. It's bad. Byrnes, I got a card for Biscuit. I got an Altuve card. I didn't get to meet up with you before Christmas. I got something special for that kid.
I can't
Love
see
you,
Luker. What is that?
You know all the time, man.
Willie McGee.
Willie
Willie
McGee.
Hey, give me a Willie McGee story, Thrill.
Willie McGee story. So we're in St. Louis, and I was in charge of trailing a runner down to second base. So in case the outfielder would throw back to second, while we got a double cutoff relay system going on out there with the short and second baseman. So I'd sneak in behind him, and sometimes we'd throw behind the runner and get the runner. So, Roger Craig tells me before the game, he said, hey, he said, you got to really kind of run pretty good with Vince Coleman and Willie McGee in the lineup. I go, you expect me to keep pace with those two guys? And he just looked at me, he says, yeah. And so Willie McGee, that first inning, he hits a ball, and I mean, it's in the gap. And so they're going to shortstop, second baseman out. And so I took off running before Willie even got to first base. And I said, I'm going to beat his ass down there. And I don't know what happened. He found another gear, and he passed me like I was standing still. I had a stand-up triple, and I was just getting to second base.
Those guys were so fast, and they were so fun to watch, man.
Oh, God, he could flat out. I mean, Willie McGee, back in the day, everybody talked about Vince Coleman just because he was a stolen base guy, but Willie McGee, I promise you, could outrun him.
Who had the longer neck, Willie McGee or Merton?
Big Bird.
I don't know. Willie would always have his head off to the side, like oh man, one of them numbers. He was a mess. I loved him, and he was my teammate here in San Francisco. I had a lot of fun with Willie.
And then there's one more giant, Dave Ricketty.
Oh, Dave Ricketty, the rag man. What a beauty he is, Luker. Dave Ricketty.
Oh, great dude, right, Thrill?
Oh, awesome dude. I mean, awesome guy. So.
And by the way, Logan Webb gets out of it again. First and second, no outs, and just gets a double play ball.
Yeah, and you saw that sinker right there. That sinker had that bite to it. I was talking about. It wasn't that side to side jobby. It's the one going down.
That's Schmidt who turned it right over at second.
Yeah.
Okay. There's another. Oh, what a fucked up call that was. Inside off the play.
So
Yeah.
last week, you wanted to know about Jeremy Pena. He was on the World Series team last year. He is the son of Guillermo Pena. And he was
look at
a
you.
Golden Glove and the World Series MVP and ALCS MVP.
Ah, nice.
Hey, and by the way, Tom, no, I was not in Truckee. I was in the fucking Bay Area. And that's where the van got broken into. Look, it was kids. We were in a neighborhood.
It could have been crackheads down in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
I left it unlocked. And I left it unlocked because Biscuit had to get a suitcase out of it. You have balls to go in there, man, because that van that I have, like, it looks like the van of death. Like, I could have bodies piled up in there. So next time that little fucker tries to come in, look out.
Oh shit, you got all your talking done, Byrnes. Let's see some action.
Bro,
Hey, Ryan, you know why I had a few triples is because playing that candlestick, when you hit the ball off that chain link fence out there, you never knew where it was going to kick. So I had some outfielders that would think it would come back to him and it ricochet one way or the other. I just kept running a little bit.
Oh, man. All right. Hey, 7:30. My time's running down here, dude. I got to get down for the carnitas enchiladas. I've had one
television.
Yeah. Luker, any final words tonight for Deuces Wild Crew?
Just, keep the show going, and we're going to have a lot of fun with baseball this year. This is the great show to have for baseball season.
Hey, yeah. So Fullerton's in the regional, huh? The super regional, though?
Super regionals, both their baseball and their softball team is.
Nice,
and the number one seed in their baseball was Palomar, and they got upset by ELAC, East LA College.
So we're not talking Cal State Fullerton, though.
No, the junior colleges.
Okay.
JUCO ball.
It's tough to keep track of you, Luker, man. I mean, your high school, your JC, your D1.
I'm everywhere. Trust me, I go anywhere for a game. And I got my old power block, too. A power block for charging my phone on the go.
Good job, Luker. Hey, real quick, buddy. See ya!
That was too easy.
That
was too easy.
Battleborn. When are we going to hang, man? When are we going to all get together?
Dude, you fucking call it, man. I'll make it happen.
Oh, by the way, Battleborn. I tried, what was it, 2 days ago, I think? 2 days ago, I had the hot salami. Ooh, that was like the perfect amount of spice. You and Jason did good on that.
I think that is the new norm right there.
Yeah, I like the, don't get me wrong, I like the garlic, but that little bit of heat on that one, I thought it came out perfect.
Just a little bit on the back end. Turned out right.
Tommy Luke and those guys are going to get some at the Wild Game Dinner, so they'll be able to try it too.
Fucking glorious. Yeah, I like it. All right, so I got a quick Jose Canseco story for you guys. You guys talk to Jose. So I got a buddy that lives in the Bay Area, huge Jose Canseco McGuire fan. Guy did okay, financially. He's retired, and he buys crazy fucking memorabilia. So he texted me one day. He went down to Vegas, and he bought the 45 that Jose Canseco shot his fucking finger off with.
Come on.
I swear to fucking God. Byrnes, you're on Instagram. I will send you some shit.
Oh, God, that's funny.
He's like, hey, dude, check this out. And he sends me this video, and I'm like, are you fucking shitting me right now? And this thing is Jose Canseco to the max. It's all fucking shiny and fucking got these crazy hand grips. And he went down there and bought this fucking gun from Jose Canseco. And I said, dude, I just want to shoot it one time. I just want to run a couple rounds down that sumbitch. I found that quite humorous. And I'll tell you something. Byrnes, listen, squirrel. Hey, cat, squirrel. Byrnes. All right.
He's listening.
Jason, I have a plan for you guys.
Okay.
There's we're working on the another Nevada baseball dinner. We are trying to get dates now so we can see if it works for you guys. We want you guys to do a no filter at that dinner.
Oh shit.
And you will be compensated.
You don't really want us to do a no filter, dude. Like, bro, the people can't handle this shit, man.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can. And this, I got a feeling this is going to be okay. It's going to. Oh.
Hey, why you talking about that big? Hey, why you talking about that big, Mike? You know, for everybody that's in the chat room right now, we're sneaking in the garage next week. So,
yes,
if you guys want certain swings or want to mimic people or whatever you want, start thinking about it because the thrill will run them on out there for you.
Hey, Thrill, quick baseball thing for you. So if you saw Casey Schmidt, he got the ball, and this is when he's turning 2, right? Got the ball, gathered himself, and you saw his toss, and it looked like it was out of the palm. An infield buddy of mine told me early on, basically, if you could throw like a palm ball, that it prevents the movement of the ball when it comes, and it prevents the spin from it spinning too much. So it comes almost like a knuckleball, so it's easier to catch and then throw. Have you heard that before?
I have not.
Interesting.
I have not because we were always taught just make it seem like you're bowling, you know, follow through, underhand, and hit the guy in the chest, hit the guy in the chest all the time. And the reason being is because when I'm doing the underhand toss, it's usually somebody running, the pitcher covering, so I have to lead him and I have to get it up high so that he can catch it, so that at the same moment he can look down and find the bag.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Because I didn't play much infield after high school. And even I think junior year was probably the last time I played infield. But there was this kid, Tommy Callan. I played on the 16U travel team. It was like the only travel team in the area. This kid was 14 playing with us. He was that good as a defender. And he's the one that told me, he's like, look, when you get rid of it, you get rid of it with this thing. And I haven't paid a lot of attention, but I saw, right here, Casey Schmidt do that. He got it, and it almost looked like he put it in his palm on purpose, and then basically threw a palm ball over to second base, and they turned 2.
I got you.
All right, so there's the Frenchie. This is Winston. He is he's about to win Best in Show. He's deserving. We have Yankee downstairs. That's my Frenchie, who I've kept with me all day as a good luck charm for the Frenchie to win it. We're going to go out on a fucking solid note. And 3 minutes and 14 seconds, Best in Show comes up. And look for the Frenchie Winston to be on fucking Good Morning America tomorrow, bitches.
Bitches. We've gone absolutely weirdo on this show. I mean, we're talking about American Kennel Club. He's talking about look at the guy's balls on the dog and shit instead of talking about baseball. He's all over the place.
He had a nice set of gonads, though, dude.
He's like fucking herding cats.
Shit.
Battleborn Mike.
Yeah.
Of all the shows, of all your appearances, this has been one of them. Shut up. All right,
we're gonna have some fun. We got a good weekend coming up, and then we kind of go from there. Oh, I'm just thinking, shit. Next Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm gonna be in Richmond. So next weekend, I'm out.
Okay.
I'll be with the team, but the following week, I'll be around. So we gotta wait a week to get in the garage, but I'll have all kinds of news from Richmond when we get together, plus the Giants and all that.
That's good, dude. Anyway, because I got it. I'm going to be in Texas and then potentially Mexico.
Yeah.
Or I'll be good to go that next week. The same sort of thing. So next week we're off of Deuces Wild, but we will be back the following week with Will the Thrill from his garage. I can't wait to get that going. Dude, we'll do a dual show. One point when I'm back here, I won't be back. I probably won't be back here the next time, but where we both could be.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome.
Talking hitting mechanics, talking hitting drills.
No, yeah.
All the above. So
Oh yeah. You know, and then, you know, we can go through some of the kind of screw ups that we're seeing on TV and stuff.
absolutely. All right, dude. Well, appreciate the great content, great material. As always,
that was awesome. It was awesome.
let's finish this up with a double sky point too to divide a blue in thoughts and prayers and everything going to Matt Williams. I had no idea. So
Yeah, no, it's you know, awesome that everybody in the audience here, you know, gets a chance to say a few prayers for him and all that, and then, you know, then you got funny stuff too, and you wonder how it happens. You know, we sit there talking about Heather, and boom, she pops on. It's like, oh, what the hell? You know, I mean, so it just shows you what's going on with No Filter. We're moving in the right direction. Let's get more followers. Everybody out there, invite more people to see the show.
love it, man. All right, dude. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Enjoy Richmond.
You got it.
See ya!